right, welcome back everybody to week 11 of our NFL season. And I know I said I would have the short track, but I actually had a long track set up, and I thought why not use it for this as well. So week 11 will feature a super long track. But without further ado, let's get to our first matchup of week 11. All right, up first we've got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Nice matchup here of two NFC West teams. Seattle is currently cruising in that division. Arizona struggling quite a bit lately. And I guess also before I forget, we have 6 teams on bye week this week. So the 49ers, the Jets, the Giants, Dolphins, Bears, and Bills all have this week off. So let's get the Seahawks and the Cardinals lined up for our first race. All right, got Seattle over in lane 5. Arizona is in lane 2, so let's race them. 3, 2, 1. All right, Seattle pulls that one out pretty easily. A nice victory for them there, and they are just cruising along in their NFC West, trying to shore up that playoff spot. Good victory for them. Let's get on to the next one. All right, up next we've got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Washington football team. A little AFC versus NFC matchup here. And both of these teams are kind of still in the wild card hunt right now. A little bit behind in their division, but still hanging in there with playoff aspirations. So let's get these two lined up and we'll see who takes this one. All right, Cincinnati's over in lane 5. Washington here in lane 2. 3, 2, 1. All right, Cincinnati Bengals pulling that one out pretty easily. Looking good for their playoff hopes. Good victory for them. All right, let's get on to the next matchup. All right, here we got another division rivalry, this time in the NFC South. You got the Atlanta Falcons, who are struggling quite a bit this season, taking on the New Orleans Saints. They've had a pretty up and down season. Still within that playoff hunt, though. So let's get these two lined up and we'll see who takes this one. All right, we got the Falcons over here in lane 5. And right here, you got the Saints in lane 2. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, the Saints pulled that one out pretty easily as well. We've got like 3 kind of blowouts so far this week. But nonetheless, we're having some fun, right? All right, let's get on to the next matchup. All right, up next, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars, I'm super intrigued by them. They are in a very tough division, the AFC South, and they're only 1 game out of first place, so should be interesting. This would be a huge victory for them right here if they pull this victory off over the Steelers. So, all right, let's get them lined up. All right, there they are, the Steelers over in lane 5, the Jaguars in lane 2. So here we go, 3, 2, 1. All right, and they got that much-needed victory, and that puts them at 5-5 on the season. Good victory for the Jaguars, and they are still in the hunt. Both, I think, in a wild card spot and possibly for winning their division. So, good victory for them right there, much needed. Let's get on to the next matchup. All right, up next, we've got another NFC versus AFC matchup. This time we got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are another one of the AFC South teams that is highly competitive. They're actually in first place right now, so victory is much needed for them to stay there. In Green Bay, they're desperate for a win as well. So let's get these two lined up and see who takes this one. All right, Packers are over in lane 5, Colts in lane 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, solid victory right there for the Colts. And they'll remain in first place for now in the AFC South. And they even took out the finish lane cam on that one. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Anywho, well, let's get on to the next matchup. All right, up next, we've got another matchup that features one of our AFC South teams, but in the AFC East, very competitive division as well. You got the New England Patriots and the Houston Texans from the South Division. Both teams really desperate for a victory right here to keep them afloat within each of their divisions. But yeah, let's get them lined up and we'll see who takes this one. All right, you got the Patriots over in lane 5 and Houston is here in lane 2. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Wow. All right, and what a victory there for the Houston Texans. Much needed. A little bit of an upset, I would say, taking out the Patriots. But yeah, solid victory for them. And that bodes well for themselves in their own division. So yeah, good race, and let's get on to the next matchup. All right, up next, we've got another NFC-AFC matchup here. You got the Philadelphia Eagles, who are in the hunt for a wild card spot in the NFC, taking on the Cleveland Browns, who are really in control of their division in the AFC North. So yeah, should be a good matchup. Let's get them lined up. All right, the Eagles are over in lane 5. Cleveland is here in lane 2. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, Cleveland pulls off a nice victory right there, and they are proven to be one of the teams to beat in the AFC. So they're continuing to roll, but let's get on to our next matchup. All right, up next, we've got the winless Detroit Lions taking on one of the better NFC teams, the Carolina Panthers. This one might be a little bit ugly, but I guess it's fun if you're a Panthers fan, possibly. But let's get them lined up, and we'll see how they do. All right, the Lions are over in lane 5, and the Panthers here in lane 2. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, and the Panthers cruise on for that victory. Really solid one there for them. And at least with Detroit, got a cool looking car, right? That's all you can ask for. Well, maybe a win or two, but all right, let's get on to the next matchup. All right, up next we've got the Tennessee Titans in the AFC South, that very competitive division, taking on the struggling Baltimore Ravens. It'll be a really nice victory for the Titans to remain afloat in their division. But let's get them lined up. All right, the Titans are over in lane 5, the Ravens in lane 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alright, the Titans remaining afloat in the AFC South. Possibly even a wild card spot if they don't win the division. So a solid victory for them right there. Alright, let's get on to the next matchup of Week 11. Alright, up next you got the battle of the Corvettes in the AFC West. The LA Chargers still looking for their first victory on the season. They have struggled mightily this season. Taking on the middle-of-the-road Denver Broncos. They're desperate for a win to maybe remain in that playoff hunt. But even that might be a stretch. But let's get these two lined up and we'll see who takes this one. Alright, Chargers are over in lane 5. Denver is in lane 2. See who takes this one. 3, 2, 1. Ha! And winless no more. The Chargers, for the first time all season, are in the win column. Congratulations to the Chargers, and what a sweet victory over a division rival. So, solid victory for them right there. Pretty big blow for the Denver Broncos, but nonetheless, good victory there. Let's get on to the next matchup. Alright, and here we've got what very well could be the matchup of the week. Got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Both teams only have one loss so far this season. So yeah, should be a really good one. Let's get them lined up. Alright, the Cowboys over in lane 5. Vikings here in lane 2. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ow. Alright, Minnesota handling that one quite easily over the Cowboys. So, solid victory for them right there. And let's get on to the next matchup. Alright, up next we've got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Another AFC West matchup. And earlier we saw an upset in the AFC West with the Chargers winning. So, can the Raiders pull off the upset here against the Chiefs? Let's get them lined up and we'll see. Alright, you got the Chiefs over in lane 5 and the Raiders here in lane 2. Let's see who takes this one. 3, 2, 1. Well, not a bad race right there. It was close, but nonetheless, the Chiefs prevail and they move to 10-0 on the season. Solid victory there, and they are well on their way to clinching themselves a playoff spot. So, all right, let's get to the last matchup of Week 11. All right, for our last matchup of Week 11, we move over to the NFC, and you got the LA Rams taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both teams in the hunt for a playoff spot. We'll see if LA can continue the winning ways for Los Angeles, right? And pulling off the victory, maybe another upset victory for the city of Los Angeles this week. So let's get them lined up and we'll see who takes this last matchup. All right, the Rams over in lane 5, the Buccaneers over in lane 2. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, Tampa Bay pulls that one out pretty easily right there, and their playoff hopes remain alive. So yeah, and that'll do it for Week 11. So, all right, Week 11 is in the books. The long track proved pretty fun. So we'll be back with it next week for Week 12. I'm sure we'll do the short track again for one of these weeks, but Week 12, we'll see this long track yet again. But before we go, please like and subscribe our videos. And also, let's check out the standings. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you next time.